Hey, Sandra, on my iPad tonight. I'm on my phone because my iPad has decided it needs a charge and I didn't realise that. So I do apologise. I'm on my phone tonight. I've got quite a bit to talk about as usual. So welcome to Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month after party. It's day 17. So yeah, I've been live streaming now for 17 days on the trot. And Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month was last month, which was celebrating our diversity across the asexual spectrum and our differences within it. If you're new to this channel, this is a place to be for education about asexuality. So please hit that subscribe button now and hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I post a new video. So today I want to talk to you about cultural differences in relationships. And oh, I put the wrong word. I put PDR. It should be PDA. Public displays of affection. I have to change that afterwards. I'm sure I put PDR instead, but it was supposed to say PDA. But yeah, sorry about that. PDR. That's really weird. Anyway. So I wanted to talk to you about cultural differences and public displays of affection and other similar stuff. So you may have recalled that a few days ago I went dancing and I go to a place where there's foreign guys because I'm aesthetically attracted to foreign guys. There was two guys there that I spoke to. I didn't really speak to many other people or any, I don't think, apart from the bouncers said hi. So yeah, one guy, he got my phone number and was talking about meeting up, and the other guy was heterosexual who asked me for a relationship and I said no. So the guy who took my phone number and said about meeting up, I'm meeting him tomorrow, and he's from Afghanistan. So I know at first he asked me if I was single and I said yeah, and then he said to me, oh, because I'm looking, he goes, I'm single too and I'm looking for a girlfriend like you. And then I said, well, I can't have a boyfriend. Because he asked me if I got a boyfriend. I said no. And I said, well, I can't have a boyfriend because I don't like sex. So it's no good. And they said, oh, I don't like sex either. I'm just looking for a friend. But, you know, of course, when you're asexual, you do think, well, does that mean he's asexual then? But probably not. It probably just means that he's just met me. And of course, he's not really into sex because he's only just met me, if you know what I mean. As some guys are like that. But I don't think he's probably asexual, but who knows? Anyway, he just said about being a friend then, and I said about being a friend, because obviously I said what he said, and I asked him how long he'd been in this country, and he said 5 years, but he's not working at the moment. So yeah, I texted him the next day to say it was nice to meet him, and looking forward to seeing him on Saturday at 2 o'clock. And then he didn't reply, but today he phoned me up to say, I'm really busy, but I'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock behind Boots. Are you good? And I said, yeah, I'm okay. I'm good, thanks. He goes, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Okay, see you tomorrow. But the point is cultural differences, right? So when he met me there in the dancing place, he said to me in the front of Boots, right? So I said about a place to go for a drink. He didn't know where it was, which is fair enough. So he said to meet in front of Boots. But then today he said to meet it's behind Boots. Now, with some different... Now, I've had foreign boyfriends in the past. I've actually had a boyfriend in the past from Afghanistan, right? And the cultural differences can be quite significant. So much so that ideally, I can't be in a relationship with a guy who's got certain cultural customs that he just won't change. Or I know you shouldn't want to change anyone, but what I'm saying is they don't match my needs, so I'm not going to be with someone like that. So for example, the guy I was in a relationship with previously years ago from Afghanistan, he would not hold my hand in public. He said it was to do with his religion, and he wouldn't hold my hand in public. No public displays of affection whatsoever. I can't be doing with a guy like that. Really, I can't, because I can't be free to be myself. So I appreciate people who've got different cultural differences. And if you can get along with that, you can. But as you know, I'm an extrovert. I love public displays of affection. I like a guy to be proud of me. So I want a guy who'll be proud to hold my hand in public, be proud to cuddle me in public, for me to sit on his lap in public, for me to, for him to kiss me in public. I mean, I'm not talking full on snog in front of everyone all the time or whatever. Like, little kisses is great, but if I'm going around somewhere like a zoo with the person or aquarium, that type of thing, or particularly the zoo, I like to like cuddle up to them and kiss them because I think it's really romantic and it's like kind of sweet when you're kissing and seeing the animals at the same time. I love that. I just love being myself, and I can't be myself if I've got a guy who's restrictive and watching everything other people, what everyone else thinks and caring. Life is too blooming short, I tell you. I feel like a caged animal when a guy treats me like that. It's disgusting. I hate it. I know some other people won't agree because I know some other people don't like public displays of affection either. They think it's gross and they don't even like, some asexuals don't even like kissing. I do appreciate everyone's point of view, but I'm just saying, like, if you're entering into a relationship and you know that the cultural differences of that person are no good for you, then don't do it, basically, however much you like them. That's what I'm trying to say. Because the guy I was in a relationship with years ago from Afghanistan, right? He didn't treat me very well. He did something very, very bad. Okay, I don't want to go into it. But he did something very, very bad, right? And I don't think I've said much about that incident in my life. But anyway, it's very, very bad what he did. But that wasn't the reason I actually finished it with him. The reason I finished with him is because he wouldn't hold my hand in public. Now, people would think, considering the situation of the bad thing he did to me, people would think that it's crazy that I kind of like wanted to split up with him and end the relationship over the hand-holding thing in public than I did with the other thing. Because the other thing I kind of like didn't fully break up with him over. I was kind of like really still liked him despite what he did. And then with the hand-holding, I just couldn't do it. I just can't be like that. I can't be like a caged animal. I love living in the UK. People will say to me, like, well, you like foreign guys, why don't you move? Because I love the culture of the UK. I don't want to be in a foreign country where they make me take, some countries, they expect the woman to walk behind the guy, women to do the cooking, the cleaning, the housework. I'm not doing that. I like my freedom and I like to be, myself. I love to be myself, it's who I'm born to be, myself. Do you know what I mean? I think you have to be totally true to who you are, and if the other person needs to be true to who they are too. But if they're who they are and who you are don't match, it's no good. So there's an Indian guy I think I told you about who's not asexual, who I have been speaking to, and he seems really nice. But he did turn around the other day and say to me that he could hold hands in public and hug in public, but he's too shy for the kissing, which I appreciate where he's coming from. But at the end of the day, I can't be doing with that, if you know what I mean. And also, I said, I like to kiss. It's just part of who I am in public. I don't care what people think. And I also want a guy who'll he's in a relationship with me on Facebook. If he won't do that, then I know that might sound really weird to you. I know it might sound really bizarre, but I do not like it. There are a lot of foreign guys, and I even know them as friends, and they don't even put they're married. They've got a partner and they put they're single. They're married and they put they're single. I just think it's disgusting. I think if you're proud to be with a person you're with, you love them, you should be shouting it from the rooftops. Why wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? I feel really strongly about this. Like, one of my best asexual friends, he's just recently got engaged to his girlfriend. I mentioned him on a previous video. And last month, and they couldn't be more in love. And he's always talking about his girlfriend on his Facebook page. He's put in a relationship with her, and he's always talking about her and sharing the foods that the cakes they have between them, sharing the memories between them. He's always saying, my love, my baby, the love of my life, those type of words. And that's the type of guy that I want. Obviously not him, but his type of character traits in that way. I think that's beautiful that he's like that with his woman. But I knew before, he got with her, that the woman who he was going to be with, he would spend the rest of his life with. I knew that before he even asked her to marry him. I knew that when he got with her, that she would be his world, because I know what he's like, and he's a lovely guy. He's one of those very, very rare, special guys, and I'm sure she's a beautiful, beautiful, rare person. I don't know her. I've seen pictures of them together, and she just makes my friend happy, and that's all I want for him, is a girl, a woman who makes him happy, and she does, and I see them smiling, and I'm so pleased that she's with him, because she's a very, I don't know her, but I know she's a good person for him, because I just see them together and they really look like soulmates, and I'm just so pleased, and I want what they've got as well. I love what they've got between them. I think it's amazing and so special. And they have this beautiful sex-free relationship. They go traveling together. I'm not into traveling, but that's what he's into. He wanted a girlfriend that would go traveling with him, and he's got two places anyway. He owns his own place in London, own place in Spain. So, he doesn't really, they're all, he owns them, so he doesn't need to worry, about that. So, and they just love going out for meals together. I see the dates they go on and where they go, and it's just wonderful to see that, and I like sharing these stories with and he's so proud. He's got his arm around her and photographs and stuff like that, and he kind of shows off his woman in a good way, and I just adore that type of guy traits. I'm not saying I adore him as in, I just adore him as a friend, and the way he is with his partner, his fiance, I love that, and I think they're fabulous together, and I think that's what it should be about. You should be very proud to be who you're with. So you know what I mean? I can't be with a guy, because this guy obviously mentioned about interested in a girlfriend, and I know I agreed that I said about just being friends, and he said about being friends, which is fine, but you never know I don't know what he's going to say to me tomorrow, if he's going to start talking about relationship stuff, or if he's just going to be a friend to me, and if he's the same as the ex that I was with, years ago from Afghanistan, in the fact that, he doesn't hold hands in public, doesn't kiss or any of that, which I presume he's going to be, then I wouldn't want him any more than a friend anyway. And if you remember what I said at the beginning of this video, I said that he said originally he was going to meet me outside the front of Boots. Then he changed it today to the back of Boots. Now that kind of means, like, why? Are you worried about being seen with me or something, or what? Do you see what I mean? It's like, oh, it could just be that it's less crowded round the back of Boots, right, than it is at the front. Because obviously on a Saturday it's going to be so busy and overcrowded that maybe that's what he thought is better at the back. So that might be why. But I know what, their culture's like as well a lot of the time. They kind of like, stereotypically, they kind of like think the woman's a bit beneath them sometimes. So the ex I was with was a bit like that, sort of, I'm the man, I don't like that attitude. I mean, I was friends with the guy from Afghanistan before I even got with him, but it wasn't nice what he did to me, and I don't wish that on anyone. So, I'm very weary, but, I mean, this guy looked older than I would usually be interested in anyway. I think he was in his early 30s, probably. Mind you, the Indian guy that I like, who's not asexual, he's in his 30s, but he's beautiful looking, actually, but he's not my usual type either, because he's older and he's got a different face to what I'd usually be used to, but he seems a really nice person. But unless he can get over here and match my needs, then it's going to be no good, because I have needs. Really, just because we're asexual doesn't mean to say we haven't got other needs, like relationship needs, and it's important to hold on to that. Like, I do like kissing, in public. I do like public display of affection. I want my guy to be proud he's with me. I want to speak to his parents and him to introduce me to his family and all that type of thing. And I want him to be proud. My parents, though, I have to say, my parents, they don't do public displays of affection. And I've grown up like that with my parents, but I'm not my parents. Do you see what I mean? I'm not. I wouldn't ever want to be like that. No offense to my parents. They're fine as they are. They love that type of relationship, but that's not who I am. I'm an extrovert person who likes showing public displays of affection and who loves being loved up 24/7. And I love expressing romance. I mean, I get loved up even with myself. Do you know what I mean? Like when I'm going around theme parks or zoos or aquariums, I'm just having a blast. And it's amazing, and it'd be nice to share those things with someone. right, but I love doing them on my own anyway, so I'm not fussed in that way. I can stay single for a very, very long time. But if I had a partner, it'd be nice to do those things with, and I will want to kiss them and stuff because, especially because obviously how long have I been single for now? God, I can't even remember. November 2011, predominantly. I had the 3 week relationship with a Bangladesh guy, but I can't really call that a relationship. He left me for someone else, basically. I put in a previous video it was a week, but it wasn't. It was 3 because I can't even remember. See, I can't even remember. But yeah, the only reason I sort of remember now is because the guy who works in my local health shop, he was saying, oh, that guy was after a visa, and he's the guy in local health shop, he's foreign and his wife's foreign and they've got a baby and he knows like foreign guys, so he was just trying to help me. He wants a good even though he works at the health shop, we've spoke quite a lot over the years, and he'd love me to get a good guy for me because he knows that the guys don't very not very good either. They want visas and they lie. And that's not very good. I mean, this guy from Afghanistan tomorrow, he said he'd been in the country 5 years and he's got residency. So let's hope that's true, eh? But I don't think I'll end up his girlfriend anyway, because one, I want an Indian guy ideally, and two, if he's from Afghanistan and he's got all those cultural things where he can't hold hands in public and all that lot, then he's no good. And plus, I like a guy who puts loads of effort into a relationship and has consistency. Like this guy I haven't heard from until today, since Tuesday night. And I mean, that's not a person who's interested in you more than a casual mate. Do you know what I mean? They're just not, which is fine by me, but it's just a bit weird. But especially when they go, oh, well, I want a girlfriend. I thought, you're not going to get a girlfriend like that, are you, mate? But in some cultures, you see, they don't put the woman first. They think about their male friends and they live in a very male orientated world. And they don't, because I've had 3 foreign boyfriends in the past. And so I haven't actually had an Indian one yet, actually, even though I know I'm meant to be with an Indian guy, I believe. I've thought that for 4 years now. Still doesn't change. I try to change it. I try to be interested in other foreign guys, and I am interested in other foreign guys, but so far I keep going back, being swayed back to Indian guys, particularly, I guess, because I'm speaking to an Indian guy at the moment who's not asexual, but he does seem really nice. But like I said, unless he can get over it, I can't be in a relationship with him because, it just leads to heartache and heartbreak. And plus, life is too short. I mean, in the past, I've been with guys that I've spent years of my life being with, and I've wasted those years because I could have been with someone who treat me a lot better, who values my worth, and who loves me. But I end up in relationships now. This Indian guy, he seems to be beautiful in his personality, but I need someone over here to kiss and to cuddle. And, if he's serious about me, he'll get over here. Like, I truly believe that whoever my asexual soulmate is, or, well, you see, this guy isn't even asexual, but he seems a really nice person. But, until a foreign guy can actually get over here and be with me in person, then there's no point in going through all that heartache and heartbreak, is there, of relationship stuff? I don't want to be in a relationship for like a year, 2 years, and the guy's still saying, well, I'm trying to come. Try is not the same as do. If a guy is using the word try all the time, it's not the same thing as do. The word do is what you want them to do, not try. Try is a very sort of flimsy word that's tossed around. Like, I'm hoping to. It's like with me, it's like I knew I wanted to speak in London at some point. I say on stage, but the UK Asexuality conference was as close to that, my dream. It was my dream to speak in London. I did it. And I've had that dream for a few years, but I wasn't a case of, oh, I might do that one day. It was a case of, if I want to do that one day, I'll do it. And I did it. And I've even said to speakers, people who speak for a living, I even said to one of them, who's my friend now, and I'm in his book, I even said to him, that if I couldn't afford his speaking program, but if I want to be a speaker on stage in London, then I'll go and be it, because I'll just make it happen, because that's the type of person I am. It might take me quite a while to do, but I always do it. And I think consistency is key as well. Like, for example, yesterday, like when you're trying to get to know someone long distance, like for example, the Indian guy that I was trying to get to know him long distance, but I need video chatting in order to do that and to trust him. And yesterday, like I was gonna video chat with him, and I got back early. I was really excited to do that, but then he turned around and said, "Oh, I can't do it," and I actually got really upset. Because I'd waited to do that, and he was the one who actually said, "Oh, I want a video a couple of days before, 1 or 2 days before that. I really want a video chat with you again." So yeah, but he was poorly, and I didn't realise that because he didn't tell me till after several times of saying, "No, I don't want to." But if someone says no, they don't want to, and then they rearrange and say, "Well, can I do it this time or something?" But it was kind of like, "Oh, well, I can't ever do it that time ever in my life." And it's like, "Oh, you video chat with me when you're on holiday," and it's like, I'm not having that. Do you know what I mean? I can't be in a relationship or even possible relationship with a guy who wants everything his own way at times to suit him. Because if you do have a relationship, you have to work things out between you, what's convenient to both of you, not just one of you, because otherwise it's very unfair from the beginning. And I know in some cultures, in some countries, the sort of man decides what the woman does. But I'm not that type of woman or girl. I'm not being told what to do by a bloke. And, if the guy really loves me or cares about me as much as he said he does, then he'll fit me in his life and he'll make an effort. And so now, today I was really happy because the Indian guy, who's not asexual, but I get on really well with him, he's making time for me now, like before he goes to the gym when he's going for a walk. So I was really happy about that he'd listened to me and that he was willing to have a solution. He also said about he would message me at some time, video chat with me at night if I wanted to as well. Because he wants to make me happy, which I was really pleased about. He's listened to me, which is good, because I was telling him that otherwise it doesn't match my needs. I think it's really important. I've learnt from a lot of dating and relationship coaches as well that you've really got to say your standards with guys and your expectations and your needs, because it's no good if my needs aren't being met and I'm not even in a relationship with this guy and he's on about a relationship with me in the future or whatever, or now or whatever, which I can't do now because he's not over here. I can't be doing with that type of relationship. It won't match my needs. I'll just be deeply unhappy. In a relationship, you've got to make each other a priority, and you've got, to a certain extent, I've got loads of work. He doesn't do as much work as I do, so it's harder for me to fit in speaking to someone. But if I can do it, then I'm damn well sure that they can do it. Do you know what I mean? What I'm saying? Because I work really weird shifts. Like sometimes, like last 2 days, I've been up at 8 o'clock, and then I try to do lots of work in the day, like an 8 hour day or whatever. But then sometimes, other times, I'll work through the night to like 2 or 4 in the morning, and then I'll sleep till 12 or something. So I work really weird hours with my websites and stuff. And I've been all like, we were messaging, me and this Indian guy who's not asexual. We were messaging for we had messaged for quite a long time via messages, actually. It's really nice. It's like nearly 3 hours though. But then I'm like, oh, I haven't done my work, so I need to get my work done. So, it's just really important that you get those foundations and boundaries set out early on with whoever you're interested in and tell them your needs, because my needs are like public displays of affection. My needs are like, yeah, if you're in a relationship with me, you put on Facebook you're in a relationship with me. Don't act like you're single still. I can't stand, even though I've got friends, foreign friends that do that have single on their status. I can't stand it myself. I think it's disgusting. I'm like, where's the commitment? Come on, where's your commitment? Where's your commitment? Where's your public commitment? You know what Facebook's like. You end up getting loads of blokes or women chatting you up all the time. Well, I do anyway. Not women. Well, yeah, I've had women from blooming Twitter try and do whatever. Had one come on Skype, sexual. They just don't get that I'm not sexual. Yeah, when I was dancing a couple of days ago, even women were trying to dance with me though, behind me as well, like blokes. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, but my dancing is good. It's like obviously too good. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on cultural differences. There's obviously many more. Like some people expect sex, marriage, and kids. I am not having sex because obviously I'm asexual. Some of them expect kids. I've never wanted kids since I'm 15 years old. I'm never going to change on that. And marriage, is not really for me. You know, I've been engaged in the past, but I didn't really like that type of thing. I get funny about rings as well. Um, like I feel like I'm chained down by rings. But it's not like the marriage thing I haven't ever considered. But I don't want to marry a foreign guy because he'll be after a visa. And even if he says he's not after a visa, you know, the only way, one of the ways, easiest ways they can get to stay in this country is through marriage visa. And what I say to that is fine, if you want that, go and get another woman to do that with you, not me. Because I like my freedom. I do not want to be dictated to by a bloke. And I certainly don't want a guy marrying me for a visa. You know, there are other ways they can get in this country, but they're just too lazy to do it, half of them. You know, they can't be bothered. It's too much effort. It's like, what does it take to do some research and go on Google, you know? All you have to do is go on Google and type, like, oh, well, type, you know, you type, like, how to get in the UK as a foreigner. And it will come up with options. All you have to do is type, like, so, for example, you can get in by studying. That's one of the main ways you can get in without marriage is studying. You know, so you just type in, like, how to get a study visa in the UK, how to apply for courses, you know? Most of the courses over here are September onwards as well. So, do you know what I mean? It's like the deadline's like now for this coming year because they have a thing called clearing in the UK, which means the places that are just left at the end, it's like kind of easier to get onto some of those because they're just the ones that are left that no one's had. But then again, there's more competition as well. But one of my asexual friends, who watches this channel actually, he let me know that he's coming to the UK out of the blue, which is really nice. I've got a Skype with him actually, Gregory. So if you're watching, Gregory, hi. It's nice to say hi to you. And he said that with the benefits and finances he got, that he's come over to the UK because I think he said that his university or his place where he studies got a charter with the UK. So he said, "Oh, I hope to get to meet you in real life." So that's probably going to happen soon, I'm guessing. So yeah, I've got to Skype with him yet because I said about I'd have to Skype with him ideally first before meeting up. But I'm really looking forward to that. He's actually in my asexual dating group as well. So I've known him online for quite a while. I've never met him, but it'll be great because I hold asexual meetups in my city. I said that he can come to one of those as well. So it's going to be all good. So yeah, and I have got another friend who's not asexual who might come in to, he's saving up to come and study in my city in over a year's time. So he's getting the money together. He's a teacher, but you know, I know he likes me more than a friend, so I don't know if I ended up being in a relationship before he got over here, if he would still come. But I think he really wants to study anyway in my city because he's been looking around where to go for 3 years, and we're really good friends anyway. We always will be. And we might just be better just being really good friends anyway, because he said about marriage and I can't do marriage. So if he was ever with me in a relationship, he would literally have to be with me without marriage. And I don't know if he could do that because he might, you know, if he wants that, I can't be doing with it. You know, oh, and he's got facial hair as well. I usually prefer a guy with that facial hair. But he's a really good friend. You know, we've been friends for over 3 years. So yeah, it's all happening. But yeah, obviously with the fact I like foreign guys, there's going to be some cultural differences. But it's if the differences that you can accommodate with each other. But, you know, I want to stay in the UK. I love the UK. I like the UK culture. I don't like the sexualisation in the UK, though. I think there's way too much of it. You know, there's way too many people having affairs and sex over here. You know, like, I do know that in some other countries, they're quite reserved. You know, they can't have sex until marriage. Although I don't want sex, I can appreciate that philosophy in the sense that they want to keep themselves for their partner. I appreciate that. I think that's nice. But I kind of do think that if you're going to have sex in a relationship, you should try that out before you get married, to be quite honest, in case you're not compatible. Do you know what I mean? When people have arranged marriages, you know, what happens if you're not compatible in that way? I mean, yeah, because obviously the person could turn out to be asexual. I know a friend whose wife turned out to be asexual and he didn't realise that. And so it was too late because they were married by then, and he would love to have sex, but she doesn't want it. So that's quite tough. So yeah, that's another, thing to think about. But relationships can be very, very complicated. But I think, I think there's a lot of goodness in different cultural relationships. But I can also think it's quite hard as well. It's like, because the UK is very different. Like, like if a guy's friendly in his country, for example, so say he's in India and he is being really friendly with women and just being chatty with them or whatever, but if he did that in the UK, they'd probably think he fancies them and was flirting with them because it's different culture. Like, do you know what I mean? Because over, for example, in India, they talk to all different people like it's an open house, it's a community, it's a you're all friends together, strangers are friends. But over in the UK, it's more like if you meet a stranger, yeah, you can talk to them, be friendly with them. But if you talk to the opposite sex and you're really friendly, you can be seen as flirting with them, if you know what I mean. And I don't trust a lot of men or women over here. I know a lot of women who, they have sex with married men and the blokes having affairs behind the wife's back, and it's just all that horribleness. Being asexual, obviously, I'm not going to do that. I don't go around having sex with anyone because I'm not interested in that. But that's why I've always wanted an asexual guy, because I know he's not going to go and have sex with some other person. But I mean, even asexual guys, they can emotionally cheat and they can still chat up loads of women, even if even if they don't have sex with them. So you're not totally safe with an asexual guy. But I know a few asexual guys that are really good. It's just that we're not attracted to each other because like they're British. But I know some really good guys. I mean, I've got a BFF, I think I told you before, is Sam, and he's got exactly the same boundaries as me in relationships and friendships. Apart from, well, I mean, I know he's been away with some of his female friends before, though, and I have never been away with male friends while in a relationship with a guy, if you know what I mean. He's been away with female friends when in a relationship, but since talking to him, I know he's completely trustworthy. And there's not many people like him because we really understand each other because we're both nudity repulsed as well. So it makes life a lot easier. I really need someone. I kind of need someone made up of all my friend traits. Like my friend who's got engaged to his fiance. I love his public like displays of love for his partner. My BFF Sam, I love the fact he's naked, repulsed, and he really understands me well. And we can go to cinema together, watch a kids movie, and be like little kids as well. And he has the same boundaries in a relationship as I do, so he's completely 100% trustworthy. And he's still, kind and gives to other people, but he's, I know that he only believes cuddling's in a relationship. Like he doesn't go around cuddling just anyone, which is exactly what I believe. I just know he's totally trustworthy. So I like kind of those different traits in both those guys. I think they're really nice traits. I think they're really good guys, both of them. And I hope to get a guy that's got a lot of those traits, really. Yeah, but I need kissing. Neither of those are really into kissing. So yeah, and I kind of like really want someone here in the UK as well because I need that warmth and that affection in person. But I also think you can't waste your life over people. Like, I know it's not wasting your life as in the sense you might really care about that person or love them, but if they can never be with you, you're going to miss out all those years on that in-person warmth feeling. And you can't go on forever and a day in a long distance relationship, for example, if you're not together, because that won't work. You have to have a cut-off point, whereas we're going to be together, or if not, it's not happening. And it's better, really, to establish that beforehand rather than having all that pain to deal with. It's not good. I was looking at long distance relationships online and reading what they say, and some people, they've been in them for like years, like 5 years or something. I'm like, what the heck? There's one person, they were like crying every day because they wanted that in-person feeling they can never have with their partner. And I can't be like that, I do need to see the person. I need them to not just try, but be here. I believe that people can make anything happen, especially if they have money. It's not difficult, is it? You just pay tuition fees and you apply and you get in here. Do you know what I mean? It's not like it's rocket science. But I think a lot of guys are lazy as well. It's like, why don't you Google it? Why don't you know? Because I get asked a lot. I've been asked a lot in the past, like, how does it work then, Sandra? How do you get into the UK? And I give them the information. They're like, oh, right, okay. And I'm like, well, what are you doing with that information? Just sitting there. What's the point in me spending time getting it for you if you're not even going to bother to read it? And it's like, there is a thing called Google where you can Google all these things for yourself. If I was thinking about going to another country, right, I would take that responsibility and ownership on myself. I would be looking at places to live. I would be looking at how to travel and get there, how long it's going to take me, and how long geographically it's going to take me to get from A to B within the actual country. I'd be looking at the clothes, the food, the price of things, jobs there. I'd really get knuckled down and I'd be researching in my quiet downtime, wouldn't I? Because that would be like a full-time job for me in that moment. And I think that's really important when you're thinking about going into a relationship. You got to understand that a relationship is like a full-time job. It is a full-time job. It's like I got a job on top of your job. Because if you're not adding to the relationship and making it flower, bloom and blossom, it just stagnates. Do you know what I mean? And you don't really get anywhere, and then it's not nice for each person. You got to keep the ball rolling, you got to keep the effort up. But I've been reading, because obviously I got asked by Ronald a while ago if I'd do a long distance relationship, and I turned him down because he is in his country for over 2.5 years studying. And even though I liked him, it didn't matter, because I can't be with someone in a relationship and dedicate them for 2.5 years of my life, because I could meet someone else over here, someone who can give me all the love, all the affection, all the care in person, because I deserve that, because I'm worth it. And if you are in a similar position, you deserve it. You're worth it. You deserve that in-person love. You deserve the guy to be here in person for you, or girl, or trans, or agender person, whatever gender you're interested in. I'm saying guy with me because I'm only interested in guys. I'm heteromantic. But, you deserve that in-person warmth, that in-person feeling, that in-person care. You really do. And I ultimately believe if a guy or girl or trans or agender person, gender fluid, whoever, I believe that if someone really loves you, they will do whatever it takes to get to be with you if they really love you that much. If they don't, they won't. They'll just be lazy. And guys will sometimes be lazy anyway if you let them. If you just don't say to them, okay, so what's happening then? They'll just not bother. I can't be dealing with that. I had an Indian guy, asexual guy, that was interesting for 9 months. And it was just the same thing. I gave him the information about how to get over here, and he said he'd look at it, and then he didn't give me any feedback. And then I'm like, what are you doing about it? And he's like, oh, well, I can't do it. I don't want to upset you because I want to. And then he started talking about other things. And then he randomly popped up, I love you. And all that made things really complicated for me. And, and in the end, he was just using me for a business opportunity. And I don't want that. Go and bother someone else. Don't bother me. And he was into lots of women, not just me. So he was making me feel like he really liked me. And in the end, he started saying he hadn't got the money. First of all, it was like medical problem. He got a medical problem with his chest. Then he said he hadn't got the money and was telling me his finances are not great. And then this is just all excuses, really. And then the next thing was, that he was, he kept going on about business opportunities. And it's like, I don't want to be used for a business opportunity. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm into business, but I don't want to be used for a business opportunity. And he was obviously going around to a lot of women and then talking to them and trying to set up businesses with them to please himself and further. It's like, no, go away. So in the end, when I found out he was interested in other women and doing the same to them and started talking to them like he did to me, like setting up a business together, I just blocked him. Just like that, after 9 months, out of my life, gone in a whiff, in a jiffy. Blocked on Skype, blocked on Google Hangouts, blocked on Facebook. Just like that. Because I don't want to tolerate that in my life. I don't need that. I can get a better guy than that for me. I don't need a guy going around looking at other women, chatting other women up and looking at business opportunities with them and speaking like he's with them, which is what he's doing with me. Oh, when we're together, blah, blah, blah. And then he's saying that for other women. It's like, no, I'm not interested. But I really want to find a good guy for me because, I've been looking for an asexual soulmate now for over 4 years. and that's quite a while. And I really want to find a good guy for me because I believe I deserve a really nice guy. You know, one who'll love me and kiss me and cuddle me forever. And if you're watching this right now, and I want the same for you. If you want a relationship, if you want a friendship, then I want you to make lots of friends who genuinely care about you and who go out of their way to spend time with you. I wasn't valued as a friend years ago, but I have this amazing female friend. She's not asexual, but she really loves me and values me as a friend. I know she does. When I saw her the other day, we went out dancing with her and her friend. She's going, "Oh, I love you so much. I miss you, as a friend." And she was so, "I really miss you loads." And it was so nice because in the past, I've never had any friends like that. I never had someone who truly cared about me and went out their way for me. And I love that. It makes me feel so fantastic. Even though I didn't see her all the time, it just makes me feel so great. And I think when you feel good about yourself, and I think when you have better quality people in your life, then you think that you're worth more. And you are worth a lot. You have to believe that you're worth a lot. It was nice because I've been online with as a friend with someone as well for quite a long time, and that person, was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday. They were messaging me and they said how I helped change their life. I was there for an important decision in their life. I've only ever known them online, and they're not asexual. They're actually the opposite. They're a hypersexual, although I met them in an asexual group originally. And we've been online friends for goodness knows how many years. Probably 3 or 4 maybe now. And the person said, "Oh, they're actually trans," but they said that I'd helped them all those years ago, and that they were really thankful that they left a place that was person that was not good for them. So I was really happy about that. They're foreign as well, so yeah, it's really nice. Anyway, I just wanted to say that, just hope you get good friends or a good person for a relationship for you. I think we all deserve it. I think as asexuals, you can tend to feel like, are you ever going to find anyone suitable for you? It's very hard. I'm not going to lie to you. I won't give up. But trying to get an asexual relationship is really tough. It's very, very tough. Trying to find someone suitable for you is very, very tough. But we should still have high standards. I still want a guy, I'm not going to settle for a guy who can't show me public displays of affection. I'm not going to settle for a guy who can't come over here because he just makes excuses up. I'm not going to settle for a guy who says he'll be over and never does anything about it. I mean, what's the point in that? I'm not going to be with a guy who doesn't want to hold my hand in public, doesn't want to be seen with me in public. It's like, go away. I'd rather, I'm proud to be me. I'm proud to be with myself, so you should be proud to be with me. So anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you, only temporarily till my next live stream. If you've got any questions, please post them in the comments below. If you want to add anything to this video, if you've been in a long distance relationship yourself or had interest from long distance people, let me know in the comments below. If you've had mixed cultural relationship like I had in the past, how was that for you? Did it cause lots of problems? Did you also have problems with any foreign guys who didn't want to have public displays of affection? Or maybe it's the opposite, you didn't want public displays of affection and they did. So what do you think? Do you think cultural differences in relationships matter or not really at all? Like, what do you think? Please comment down below. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please do. Hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I post a new video. Don't forget to like this video. It gives me a lot of awareness for asexuality up the search engine rankings, which I love. And until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's. And I will see you soon. Bye. Take care. Bye.